Monster music, and this is 211, nigga. Fucker. And you're rolling with M-O-N-S-T-E-R. E-N-T, nigga. Ha.
What up, though? OG Kenny, O_G_Kenny. I retired from the streets. TV. Welcome to Tuesday. So, look, I got a brother, man. Right? I've been knowing this dude since 1998, I believe. Short, cocky. Name Aaron. Right? I'm gonna say that much because he's a good brother. I'm gonna be talking to him later on when I run into him again. So we definitely gonna have some sit downs. But everybody who know him affectionately know him as Thorn X. Now, let me tell you, like, push-up game, he's the first dude who got me to doing diamond push-ups, right, and touching my chest on the ground, because up to that time, I never did diamond. I ain't like diamond. But this dude was so developed as a short dude, not, you know, pause and all that, but it's my bro, so he was so developed. But you know how shorter dudes, they get developed fast anyway. They get in there in 315, ain't nothing to them, right, in a matter of a couple of months. Well, it might take you 6 months to get up to 315 or whatever. Anyway, this dude was real. He showed me a lot of techniques when it came to working out, when it came to them pull-up bars, when it came to getting on doing that groundwork, them bear crawls, them wheelbarrows and whatnot, right? So this was like one of my big influences when it came to my chest game, my shoulder game, for real. So, we used to walk the yard a lot, jog a lot. That was like one of my good workout partners when it came to what I told y'all about awareness when on the video when I told you about how 2 weeks out of segregation my body gave up. Yeah, he was one of them dudes that used to be with me when it came to running them laps and whatnot, and really like, come on, man, you gonna partner up. So we sit there, and a lot of times we would decide what area of the yard we gonna chill in, right? Whether we gonna go on this. So let me give you a little bit of this backstory. I met Thorn X on the yard at GR Cotton after I left Lakeland. So this is 98. Get kicked out of that bad boy. I'm on the yard. He was his position was one of the heads of securities, right? It kind of fit him, right? It fit his MO, it fit his personality, it fit his bill, all of that, right? So we end up becoming real close. On the yard one particular time, we decide we're going to chill towards the level 3 side of GR Cotton on the back 40, which is close to or right behind baseball diamond, right? So this baseball diamond basically ain't being used at the time. But you got a lot of dudes, older dudes, that would come and walk around that way, and then you got a little small track, and they do their thing, right? So it's protocol on the yard. If a group of people talking, a group of men are talking, and it's 5 or 6 or 2 or 3 or however many, right? If it's more than one and they talking, I don't care if they 6 feet apart, you walk around them usually as a sign of respect, or say, excuse me, gentlemen, and you walk through them, right? Excuse me, brothers, y'all don't mind, right? That's a protocol. That's an unwritten rule that everybody on the yard know. I don't care how long you've been there, you're going to eventually run into somebody who's going to stop you in the middle of walking in between them and their crew. Or they group. It might be just people that's like part of an organization, or it could be just friends and homies, or somebody that's having a discussion about homework in class. They got the class together. Whatever it is, the protocol is you walk around people. I tell my daughter them that now, like, listen, you see people walking and whatnot, don't split people, because it's kind of disrespectful and whatnot. Let me cut this phone all the way down. Right, so anyway, we down there by level 3. And you got to think. On the yard, this was a yard where we had a group of flat out, for real racist older white dudes who for real would let you know that, would tell you that who they people are and all that. Nobody cared about none of that. And you're in there for drunk driving. We found out later on you a pedophile, so we didn't care about none of what they was talking about, because you know, you got to think, most of us young, most of us ain't scared of nothing, and then you got these old, what they classify themselves as rednecks, who talking crazy to you, or trying to, until you put out that wata out, and then that changes all the conversations, because that didn't have to happen. Another stories I got for that. This is a whole nother day though, right? So we down there chilling. And it was something. It was just me and him at first. Then I think Sydney had came down there. Maybe Commodity X came out. I remember Lucci X, my brother Pep, Marcellus, he came out. So maybe it got to the point where maybe like 6, 7 brothers are standing down there behind this baseball diamond. So how it works is the baseball diamond is almost adjacent to the gate where level 3 comes out to the big yard at, because level 3 got their own yard, level 2 got their own yard, and then level 4 got their own individual fenced in yard. So you come out the back gate, we right there in between the baseball time and the opening. So it's dudes walking, you know, jogging, some of them doing a little bear crawl, the squats, lunges, or whatever around the track. So it's a good vibe. It's a nice day out, right? We actually talking about fundraising at this point. We start putting together like, hey, we need to put together some groups, some programs, so all the brothers could have some financial literacy. That wasn't a term back then. I don't know what we was calling it, but it was like a business education class that we were gonna put together amongst the Melanics, to school the Melanics, and then anybody else who wanted to join in, whether it's the Moorish American, Nation of Islam, the Christians, the Jews, the Hebrew Israelites. It didn't matter who wanted to join in. We felt like congregating amongst each other first, and then let's spread it out. But let's teach each other what we've been marginalized so much against, the things that we don't know, the things that society basically let's say withheld at a certain point, but then at that point we didn't really even think to research it. Not most of us, but that was something that when I got Black Enterprise magazines and we started sharing them with each other, it was like opening our eyes. What's that Earl Graves book, How to Be Successful in Business Without Being White? So it's a lot of those books rotating, and it was resonating with us. So let's put this program together. So it's kind of serious conversation, but it's still lighthearted. Why is it that these old little pudgy white dudes, now I wouldn't care what color they was, but they was blatant racist. So this is what, you know, some of them got the little tats, white pride, 100% hunky on the back of their, you know, I ain't being racist and none of that, but this is how, you know how dudes like, what up my N? This is how they was, what up my H? You know what I mean? So they had 100% hunky on the back of them tattoo, and it was a pride thing. Some of them got the Confederate flag. Some of them got the Hitler's secret army, where you got the swastika, the 2 S's or whatever too, with the thunderbolts for the Soviet soldiers or whatever of Hitler. We seen a lot of that, and they didn't care to have them. We really didn't give a damn, because we got our flags around our neck, and they let them know exactly what we stand for. We stand for solidarity, love, unity, and progress for our people, right? So it wasn't a separatist thing, but it was something that everybody understood and respected. But these dudes just felt like they had a hierarchy on the yard or whatever, where they could be disrespectful and talk crazy and, you know, really tell you how they feel. Man, listen, the one old dude called one of the brothers an N one day. He almost lost his head. Then he locked up. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the kind of dudes we're dealing with. So we already see the tension building up as they keep on coming around the track and like doing this like it's such a big deal to just walk around like we all in a way that, and then we know we say tighten up. You know, Ishmael, bro, tighten up. So we'll get over to our little side, right? So that was cool. But then, you know, after a while, it take them a while to get around the little track, because they little pudgy dudes. So, okay, now we can kind of fall back some and give each other some space, right? The one little dude with the fat chin, I forget his name. Nobody liked him. The police didn't even like him, because he was always writing grievances, always complaining, always shooting kites low-key. He was basically almost like a unit snitch. So we already knew. Get this little dude his space. Let him go on run around and talk his mess. He's not going to do nothing. As soon as you bark at him, he going to tell. Everybody knew that, right? He got his little mans with him, a little frail one, but they both look kind of pudgy. You know, he got a belly, but he frail. This one is like Barney Rubble, or Fred Flintstone, right? That little fat, big head, and a little short body, and the other one, I don't even know who to describe him as, right? But these dudes bending, they coming back our way. Why do they find it necessary to try to split in between us and force their way through? Let me explain what we going through right now. We talking about everybody out here. Ain't nobody older than 30. I think Sydney X might have been the oldest one amongst us. He might have been closer to 30, maybe 29. The rest of us was like early 20s. I'm 22. Pep, my brother Lucci X at the time was 19. Thorn X probably 25 or some stuff. We young. And then we out here working out on a regular. As a matter of fact, while we talking 8, 9, then we bust down and do a 20 push-up thing and get back to talking. So this was so normal to us. Bust down 20, bust down 25, whatever. While we working out, we kicking it, right? So maximizing the time, right? Perfecting ourselves so when we get home, we can be assets to ourselves and everybody else, right? So boom, here come these old dudes. And then, like, when you see us tighten up and try to block you a little bit, what is wrong with you? Walk around, bro. This dude, about 50-something, 60 years old, trying to force his way through the crowd. Thorn X grabbed him and pushed him up off his feet, damn near up to what's that? The cage that surrounds the baseball diamond right there, the protective cage for the balls. He said, "Listen, man," and he was about. I said, "Bro, Ishmael, bro, don't do it, bro." All of us like, "Hold on, bro, no." Then this man's like, "Oh yeah, you effed up now, you effed," and then he went. Darted his ass down towards the guard's booth, because the guard booth was like basically right midway. It was like a little shack where maybe 2 officers could stand in and chill, maybe about 5 feet by 5 feet, you know, a little bigger than maybe a pallet or something, you know, one of them shipping pallets. So, anywho, it was right in between level 2 opening and level 3 opening, right there, because it's a walkway to get down to level 2 opening and whatnot, and right in the middle of the track as well. This dude shot down his buddy. Soon as Thorn X let him go and shoved him, he stumbled a little bit, dropped his Walkman, grabbed it back up, right? Shot down there. Yeah, sure ass, man, right? But when you started it, and then it was like by that time, that was probably the 3rd time we had that interaction on that yard that day with them, because they kept coming around and they was getting a little testy, and it's like, there go my man, there you go. They starting, right? Because it's like the easiest way for dudes who are intimidated by power on the yard to get you out of there is to start a conflict with you, right? Hopefully you smack them or something. Guess what they gonna do? Tell on you so you get up out of there. Usually they switch that then. They start locking dudes up like, oh, you feel threatened, we're gonna put you in PC. So dudes stop doing that technique. But it used to be where a dude would point the finger at you, he be straight, and you go into the box. He might go to medical and get looked at. Be back on the yard. Might go to a different housing unit, but people gonna see him on the yard anyway and know he ratted on dog. And usually a lot of solid dudes, tattoo dudes, all that, them dudes like get locked up in the hole for dudes like this. But this was crazy about this, right? This dude also was tough because his nephew was something on the yard, right? In level 2, like he had like a nephew or something that was protecting him a lot and looking out for him and making sure like he got what he wanted. He was standing at the gates a lot of time. He called one dude a boy. Hey boy, can you tell going in? This is a black dude. You asked him to go get your nephew for you. So I had respect for his nephew, and his nephew was heavy with the Aryans, right? That's why we used to get this dude to pass. Why the next day the Aryans come, you know, about 7 of them, they come knock on, give me a door call, me and 2 other brothers in the unit. It was me, Lonnie X, and somebody else, right? We come out to the yard, and dude, let me holler at you, man. Why y'all guys putting hands on my uncle, right? Like, yo, uncle. Who is, like, then we explain, who is your uncle to us when your uncle being disrespectful, bro? You know protocol. We see y'all out there congregate amongst yourselves. We're going to give y'all propers and y'all respect, and establish, and you know, and follow established protocol in the yard and walk around y'all. If it's necessary and it's a lot of y'all and y'all scattered and we got to walk in between y'all, then we going to say, hey, heads up, what's up? You know, all love or something like that. Just let y'all know and then shake hands or show some love or some dap or something out of respect, because it wasn't a thing about like, we don't like Aryans because they feel like what they feel, or they don't like Melanics or nothing like that. It was just a thing like we both understand that we both for our people and it's cool. You know what I mean? It was at that, that's what it was about. Like, we believe in building up our communities first, because we can't help nobody if our homes is not taken care of, right? I can't help nobody around the corner if my house ain't together. I can't help nobody around the corner if this block ain't together. If this whole neighborhood ain't together. We can't reach out of this community and really help nobody until we can help ourselves. Self-sufficiency, right? So we understood that. But this dude standing there talking a little bit aggressive, and he understood the protocol. So then one dude, like, it'd be effed up, man, if this guy just start grabbing guys up for nothing on the yard. I'm like, well, what's going to be effed up is when guys start grabbing guys on the yard and guys start getting stabbed up and all that. Are we really about to go there? And I want to say the dude's name was Red. maybe. But any Roth, Red, something like that. It was cool. It was cool. Man, he was alright. But this particular day, I guess because it was his uncle, he felt the way. It was tension. It was tension all that day. Because like words got exchanged for some more brothers. We kind of calmed down. Like, look, hold on. This is what we gonna do. Because after after you get a dough call and it's like 5 or 6 dudes and you see 2 or 3 brothers come out, it's only natural that either dudes who are part and partial of your belief system, your organization, going to come and say, hey, and greet you. See, Slot, bro, what's the problem? Hey, what's going on? Or somebody who know you, period, gonna come. Or they gonna go tell your brothers, gonna knock on, hey, get dog a dough call, tell him his brothers them out here with these aliens, about 7 of them and 3 of them, whatever, right? So it was unnecessary. But let me explain. I know for a fact that dudes started grabbing knives behind that. Because I was getting word from dudes who I just looked out for normally anyway. I wasn't looking out for them like, tell them, let me get some intel. But dudes was coming to me, hey man, a couple of them Aryan boys in the unit over there looking for knives and stuff, right? Yeah, one of them got one, the other one I think he said he'd pay 50 for one and all. So it's like $50 for a knife. It's crazy. So my whole thing is like, I'm talking to these people on the level where we can understand each other, but. So you try to have a civilized conversation with these individuals, but they only seeing red, I guess, or disrespect. But I figure certain things have to have an immediacy. It has to be a sense of urgency, right? I can't come get you telling you like, hey, your aunt was being aggressive and violating. No, your man got snatched up because he was in violation. Now, when I go to ask, I want to say this dude's name was Rolf, I swear, but when I go holler at him, probably about maybe 4 days after that, because I didn't get this word about these knife situations probably the 2 days after the incident had went down, right? My thing was though, like, if you really felt like it was a problem after we dapped up at the end of all that conversation, you should have said, bro, I still don't feel right about this, right? And my thing was, knowing how we get down, I didn't care about what nobody else, how they felt the way about how Melanix moved during the MDLC, or how the MDLC even felt about that. People understood that we were serious about what we said. We meant what we said. So therefore, if it's peace, it's peace. If we're going to help you, we're going to help you. Right? But if you violate, then the law has to be applied the same way a law is applied for anybody else who violate, right? If you violate anything, if you're still out of store, it's a violation of the rules and the law, right? You get dealt with. So people understood that laws, you don't take up a flag, you don't take up a banner or oath or a pledge if you can't really lock in on what the consequences of that is, right? So my thing is not to say that there's a protocol for knocking somebody's head off or nothing like that, but the thing is though, it's a law of nature. Preservation is the first law of nature. Animals teach you that, insects teach you that, right? So it's like if we feeling threatened now, if we feeling like it's time to really grab swords and all that, then why not just let's say it and let's get it out the way? Why are we playing this like it's all good and you trying to speak, but you suiting up and booting up? Because if it was that serious, we'd have came holler at y'all first, say, hey, your man's on tip. But it wasn't. Excuse me, it was no need to talk about it. It was no need to apologize. Your uncle a rat. That's what really got the it really got crazy when this man like, it'd be crazy if we start grabbing people up, and it'd be crazy if you start getting poked up and all that. But while we going there, your uncle a rat anyway, right? So it was like, man, watch your mouth. So it's like, bro, your uncle is known to send in kites and grievances on everything. What do you call that? You can't get mad at us because this is position. He chose that. It's like you chose, and I chose. So now we've made the decision, these choices, we got to live with them. So if you violate, right, if one of these brothers feel like they feeling pressed or pressured around you because you done pulled out your sword or your knife on them or whatever, then guess what's going to happen? A follow-up that y'all not going to really be able to handle because it's different. It's different when you believe in something and it's founded with God at the core, right? It's different than saying I believe this because of the homies. No, when God is at the center of what you're doing and you're moving, you feel and you know almost that you're doing the right thing. So if anybody violate that and you take repercussions all the way there, right? And it get real crazy where you putting somebody where they don't want to be, then you can almost justify that sometimes, It's to certain people. They feel like that. You can justify that because You violated. You wrong. You know what I believe in. You know I'm doing the right thing. You know I'm not going to just be out here doing no folly and whatnot and being violent towards nobody for nothing. So you got to check your mans in them sometime. But it was just so much tension on the yard between like a lot of black and white dudes back then, and it was uncomfortable. And it came to a head. It came to a resolve. It came to this little scrap on the basketball court between two dudes, you know, young brother and one of the little Aryans. They got into a little fist fight. Everybody broke it up. We had a talk on the yard probably a few days after that on the back 40, and you know, we chopped it up and just said, hey man, what is this? Like, your man's was like really pushing, you know what I'm saying, towards getting his butt whooped. So we gonna keep doing this all summer or what, you know? And this so happened, like, after that, I got shipped to Virginia anyway, right? So I got a bunch of the Virginia stories I'm gonna holler at y'all with. But yeah, Thorn X, little butt, man. I gotta find that brother. I'm sure he on Facebook or something somewhere, but hopefully he ain't back locked up. Pray to God, you know, he ain't locked up again. But yeah, his little butt, you know, I get it. Cause, you know, but we really could have just stood our ground. They was gonna have to walk around anyway, but he just couldn't take it. He little pit bull. You know, but that little act right there that he did could have caused a whole race riot on the yard, man. That could have got real crazy because, you know, once we found out them brothers grabbing, them boys was grabbing blades, and of course we already got blades everywhere on the yard, buried in the ground, stashed here, stashed there, people holding them. Cut it out, cut it out. That was not the game nobody wanted to play at that time. I promise you that. I promise you that. You know, thank God I'm a changed man, and most of them brothers are changed men now too. You know, allow Akbar to that, man. Anyway, man, I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. I'm about to go outside and get some air. Hit the dog out. She over there looking at me crazy. She in the cage. You feel me? Y'all be smooth. As always, if y'all haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Share the content. Like it if it's cool to you. You know, give me a thumbs up. That's cool. It's free, right? Share the content. Get in the comments section. I love comments because I like to talk back. I got a lot to respond to. It's been a lot of comments. I'm catching up. So bear with me. I love y'all. And I'm going to see y'all later. OG Kenny, O_G_Kenny at Retired from the Streets TV. I love y'all. And I'm out.